Hi, how you doing? It's Chris Cole, and this evening, what I want to talk about in this live stream is eliminating audio noise and enhancing the quality of the audio within your live streams and also within your videos. Now, as you can see, I have a pretty decent setup, what's going on, and a pretty expensive microphone. I have an audio mixing desk, which I will show you in a second. And if I be quiet for just 1 second and I also stop the background music, hopefully you can hear the buzz or the background noise that is currently running within my audio setup. That buzz or that noise has been driving me insane, and I've been trying to try and eradicate that, trying to just get the better audio so that I have a crisp, clean audio, because there's nothing more annoying than listening to audio with that background buzz. And I've been searching for solutions to try and get rid of the background buzz or eliminate the background buzz or better the background buzz, and also then get a cleaner, crisper audio. And on my journey, then what I want to do is I want to talk through that tonight and explain to you the steps that I've taken and actually how I've went about. Hopefully, live on this particular live stream, you're actually going to. I'm just going to move the microphone a little bit closer. Hopefully, on this live stream, you're going to hear me actually visible or not visibly, audibly hear as I go through tonight, and you'll hear me increasing and enhancing the audio, all with a few simple steps. Now, I brought the microphone up right and close to my mouth as well, because part of the problem is with this particular microphone, it's quite a low it's a low audio output from the microphone. And for me to get a semi-decent level of audio, then what I need to do is I need to increase the gain. By pushing the gain, then obviously that any background noise at all, it pushes that as well. And I've been struggling with this. I've been struggling with getting good audio. I'm a bit of a geek when it comes to things. I guess I start to sort of dig in and try and get better at it and ask questions as to why it's doing this. And you too may be doing the same with your audio setup, or you may not even have noticed that there is that background noise, a buzz, a hiss within your audio. Now, if you're recording videos, a noise like that can sometimes be eliminated by denoising or noise removal plugins or settings within your software. And I always recommend that you do that whenever you're creating a videos or a tutorial videos, but you can't do that whenever you're going live. You can't do that whenever you're creating content off the cuff, and it can become quite troublesome. So on my journey, what I've actually done to eradicate this noise was to look at different options that I have. One, that I knew my audio levels were low and that I had increased the gain. And because I'd increased the gain, then I looked at different ways. And one such item that I have purchased is, I don't know if you can read the writing or not, it's called a Fethead. It's in this tube. I haven't actually got it into my audio setup. This arrived in the post, and I know that it's going to enhance and increase my audio, because you're going to watch me plug it in, and then what's going to happen is I'm going to bring my audio back on, and you're going to hear a distinctive difference in the levels. The other thing, and this is probably the key thing for you to take away from tonight's live stream, or from this live stream, is another element to think about within your audio. I was looking at, obviously it being my audio mixing desk, it was introducing the problem. But then when I stepped back and I thought about it, you can see we have a cable here that obviously goes down the inside of my boom arm for my microphone, and then it plugs into the back of the microphone. I actually thought to myself, I wonder, could it be the cable? Could it be the quality of the cable that is causing the problem? And for me to find that out, then I have a secondary XLR cable. What I'm going to do live on air is I'm going to unplug this cable. I'm going to unplug it from my audio mixing desk. Actually, I'll just show you my audio mixing desk as well. If I just come down onto here, you can see basically I've just waved my hand in front of the actual camera, but you can see my Behringer audio mixing desk, and on the left hand channel with the slider that's fully up, that's the channel that my microphone's currently going into. Now if I come back onto my main cam, you'll see my microphone, obviously the back end of it, there's a respective plug on the audio mixing desk. It's going to go quiet because what I'm going to do is I'm going to press mute on my audio mixing desk, and then I'm going to change the cable out, and then I'll unmute and I'll come back in. I'm not going to change any other levels. I'm not going to change any other settings. All I'm going to do is unplug this and then obviously bring it back on, and hopefully you'll hear a distinct difference in my audio. So I haven't changed any other settings in my audio stream, and I can actually hear that straight away. And that has been driving me absolutely nuts. It has been, I've been going so crazy over this because I can hear the buzz. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'm wearing in-ear earphones or earbuds, and I get an audio feedback coming through as to how the live stream's going, as to how the sound of the quality is going, and I can audibly hear the difference with me plugging in a different cable, which is literally it's lying sort of across the floor and plugged into my audio setup. Now the second thing that I want to do is I want to be able to basically lower the gain on this microphone and potentially move the microphone in such a way that it's not as much in the shot. That way, as I'm doing my live streaming, my videos off the cuff, I don't have the microphone full on in the shot as well. So what I've got is a Fethead, and as I open this, get it open, I have what's known as a Fethead. Now, I know there are several types of Fethead, and let me explain the difference. You have a regular Fethead, which is what this is, and you have a Fethead Phantom. The difference being, my microphone does not require 48 volts for it to obviously produce, or what would I say, process the audio signal through, whereas another microphone may require 48 volts. You need to check your microphone as to whether or not it requires the 48 volts. For example, if you're using the XLR input in a Yeti, Blue Yeti, like so, this microphone here does require a 48 volt input. I've actually got, as you can see, a Blue Yeti, but it also takes a USB input. However, if you're going to put that into your audio stream, you'll find that it also needs a 48 volt. So you're going to need a slightly different Fethead for the Blue Yeti in comparison to my Rode Procaster, which does not need the 48 volts. The difference being, on this particular microphone, it takes the 48 volts. It's applied to the Fethead. The Fethead uses the 48 volts to enhance and boost the signal going down to the actual mixing desk, which is then processed and then sent out on your live stream. Whereas if you have the Fethead Phantom, which needs or passes through the 48 volts, what it does is it uses the 48 volts to process the signal, but it also passes through the 48 volts and applies it onto the microphone, which requires the 48 volts. So please check and make sure that you have the correct item. Now, this particular Fethead is, if I bring it up closer to the camera, you'll see that there is a plug and a socket. Essentially, that's it. It goes in line within your audio setup. The problem that I have is the back of my microphone. It's quite a long microphone anyway, and I don't want to be adding this as an additional option. So what I can do is I can add this into my audio mixing desk, basically or essentially at the other end, which you'll see at the other end of this same cable. I'm going to unplug it again. I'm going to plug in the Fethead, but you watch me, I'm going to have to turn the gain way down, and apologies, it may also be too loud. I'll have to bring it back and just check the levels as we go live and see how that is. So I'm going to mute the audio. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to plug in the Fethead. You'll see me reaching for the very, very top knob. It's hard to see, it's black. Just there, if you can see where my thumb's touching. It's a black knob, and that's actually the gain on my mixing desk. What I'll also do is I'll pull the slider down just to make sure that I don't blow out your ears in regards to the audio, and then we'll bring it back in and we'll see how it goes from there. So hopefully that's a lot better. And I did turn the gain quite considerably down. What I can also do is I can move the microphone ever so slightly further away from me now and increase my levels. And hopefully you can hear that I am getting a decent audio signal. My gain levels are down considerably. I am really impressed with the difference that I've been able to do live on air tonight with my audio setup. And I'm just going to be quiet again, 100% quiet, and then what I'll do is I'll play my background music and I'll talk about my setup a little bit more in regards of the live stream. And if you have any questions, by the way, feel free to drop them in below the actual video, and obviously I will do respond as well about anything you can see at all. So going to be quiet. The only noise you may be hearing is the fan of my computer, because there's quite a bit of processing going on. I'm reintroducing a bit of background music. Trying to get a bit fancy with my audio streams. And you'll see here actually what I've got is literally an old iPhone 5. That is wired, again, hardwired into my audio mixing desk. Let me just come across and show you. You'll see there's a wire going into my audio mixing desk, and that's a different channel within my audio mixing desk. And I'm streaming from one of my royalty-free, or one of my accounts where I'm allowed to play music for live streaming, etc. And I've got that now going into my audio mixing desk. But yet I don't hear it. I don't know why. Anyway, not to worry. It's no major thing. So as I said, it's Chris Cole here from broadcastgeeks.com. I hope you've actually been able to openly hear the difference that I've been able to make with my audio setup. I've also been playing about with my personal setup in what I have here in my home office. And I'm going to talk about that in another live stream. But if you've any questions about it, or if you would like to give me any tips, any advice, then by all means, I would always love to hear that. Failing that, of course, I love to interact with you over on either facebook.com. You can find me over my personal profile, Chris Cole. By all means, subscribe, like, and comment to this video and any other video on my YouTube channel. I'm also streaming live into Periscope and YouTube as well, so you could get me on all social networks. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, because there's going to be more than just this weekly live stream coming out from me. As a matter of fact, I have a lot of content planned, and it's going to be getting quite exciting times for myself, Chris Cole, and I'd love to bring you along with me in the journey as I explore into my geekery, explore into the technology, explore into the how-tos, explore into the things that I'm learning as I progress with my online business. So failing that, of course, it's Chris Cole. I will speak to you all next week, Tuesday at 8 p.m. I'm from broadcastgeeks.com, and of course that's all of the social channels that you need and all of the links that you need up on the screen, and I'd love to hear from you. Failing that, as I said, I'll speak to you all next week over on the live stream.